make life miserable for these visitors. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Seminoles headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Underwood. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Turns it on in midfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And that shows up in the stat column as an explosive play for this quarterback, but it was a very simple RPO. Get the ball out, and then guess what? My dudes are better than your dudes. And getting it to him on the perimeter, letting him make plays, all of a sudden, he's way down the field, and it looks like a long completion for this QB.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Running the red zone. It's Marshall. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 3rd and long, and they can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Might be changing the route. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Snagged out of the air. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. On target to the left. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Noles want to crank the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, that's 3 throws on this drive and 3 completions and 3 first downs. And it's funny, talking to the offensive coordinator during the week, he said, hey, if my head coach would let me do it, I'd throw the ball 100 times a game. I wouldn't even run it because of how much I trust this quarterback to do the right thing. And that's exactly what's happening on this drive.
He's got his man. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. And the Noles will have it 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's complete to the right. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. The Seminoles will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Here's the pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Looking to fire. Going for 6. Touchdown Seminoles. Fitted in the window for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
He'll bring it out. It's Marsh. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Might be calling a hot route. Throwing, Underwood fires to the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen.
You know, as an offense, you've got to do a better job pass protecting, and you've got to start thinking about max protection at this point of the game, because if you don't get hats on hats, your quarterback goes down on his own 2-yard line. You're lucky you didn't give up a safety.
Makes a move. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Drive and snap it from the 44. To the air on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Back to pass. He's got him. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. And the Seminoles moving quickly to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
This one's complete.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, we'll take that throw all day.
They just keep firing. Makes the grab. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. The Seminoles have their offense in high gear.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver at his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
This time it's complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Daniels. He wants it all. Intercepted deep in his own end. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late, and as a result, it's an INT.
The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Now facing 2nd and 10 from their own 1 and hoping to avoid a disaster. Caught in the backfield, it's Marsh. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
He might want another play. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Seminoles headed quickly to the line.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready to do it again.
Looking to throw, it's Daniels. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. On the move, it's Marshall. Breaks into the open. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's Daniels. Stepping to the right. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Wants to fire on second down. Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. And the Seminoles will hustle to the line. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warren.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Just keeps slinging it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Another incompletion on third down. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Escapes the pressure going right. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referee signaled for the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. On the run, it's Marshall. Could be an alley. Got enough for the first. All the way! Touchdown, Michigan! Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he makes the extra point. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. It's complete. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with 10.
Going over the top. So close to a huge gain there, but he makes the catch out of bounds. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete in the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And if I'm this defense moving forward, man, I'm going to start thinking about, like, this is the guy. They keep featuring him. I've got to take him out of the game. I got to find a way to double him. I got to find a way on third down to make sure this doesn't happen. This offense continues to run through him, and he continues to be successful.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
The Noles want to move quickly. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Dropping back, it's Daniels. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Noles!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Makes it past the marker. They make the stop, and he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Buchanan. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to pass. It's Underwood. That's reeled in. It's Marshall. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here.
Timeout, Florida State.
Barring a penalty, this will be the final play of the first half on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job in pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Noles racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And the offense, after giving up that sack, they're not going to take time to think about what happened. They're going right back to the line of scrimmage to try to run another play.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sacked first down, just thrown it in completion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on 4th down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
He might have gotten way too greedy there, held it too long, and couldn't throw it away to avoid the loss.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after him.
Motion from the wideout. Underwood from the gun on third down. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Fourth down, Underwood. A shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him, so we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
Maybe a crease. Past the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. They take the lead with the 6.
And we've already seen him catch a touchdown, and now they're using his speed in another way. Like, when you have a monster, you give him the football. You feed him. So they give him the football, hand it to him, let him use his speed, get to the outside, make a play, and score a touchdown for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he caps things off with a scintillating 68-yard scoring run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the... Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and days like this can put you up with those legendary Michigan runners.
And that's why you come to Michigan. You know you're going to get fed. You are going to be a back that gets the football, that chews up yards, that always has a lot of success and gets a ton of carries.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Here's Underwood to throw. Under fire. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this offense continues to struggle to get this guy the football. He's one of their best players. Coming into this game, they knew he was a big key, but they just haven't been able to link up. They try another shot down the field to no avail. That's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard.
He'll take it himself. Picks up the first down. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the ground. Here's a little room there. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Underwood. Caught in the backfield. It's Marshall. Could not make his way to the corner.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The give to the left side. Turning it on. Got some room entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the upset still brewing as they answer with a score of their own. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Daniels. Got him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Rides to the back. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage of the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Michigan!
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this fourth quarter.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. He's going to take off. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Looking for a man, it's Daniels. Looking for a big play. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third down, he drops to throw. Complete to the left. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
This time it's complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Rushes on him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Throws to the tight end. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Moving out to the right. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. The Seminoles back in the lead. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running inside. It's Marshall. Danced his way through traffic. Pickup of 4 to the 19.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
3rd and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Looking left. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The defense working to manage that clock. They use the timeout, 1:55 remaining.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They feed him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Florida State calls its third and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Third and 6 yards to go. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
I love the play call in this situation. You need one first down to ice the game, so you're just throwing to the sticks, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. In rhythm, they get it done. They're going to walk out of here with the win, David.
And this used to be a situation where you'd see offenses get very conservative, run the football. We gotta play safe. No. I'm putting the ball in my best player's hands, telling him to go end this thing, and he does exactly that.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback making adjustments. Throwing, Underwood. Makes the grab on the left. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
The clock keeps going tick, 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 tick as the offense takes a knee inside. A minute to go in this one.